Hello everyone. For today's video, I have got quite a long one for you. This is a 8.5 by 11 piece of just regular old copy paper that I'm drawing on, and I'm using some really inexpensive pens and markers to create this. I'll leave a link down below to the place on Amazon where I purchased the markers and purchased the pens, but yeah, I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now because, well, I haven't used them very often, so I'm just getting used to them now. So this drawing took over 6.5 hours to draw, and that's actual drawing time. So you'll notice, maybe, if you have been with me for a while, you may notice that this is edited a little bit differently. I'm only showing me like shading or drawing a certain part, and then all of a sudden it cuts to it being completely done. That was done because in order to shorten it as much as possible, I had to do that. But let me know if you like that style. Maybe I'll keep doing it. It does take a little bit longer to edit that way, but if I hadn't have done that, it would have taken, this would be like an hour-long video, and it's already 18 minutes long, so hopefully you guys will stick with me to the end, but if not, I understand. Let me know how far you got. So these patterns are all of the patterns from January tutorials, and those are the little videos that I accidentally spammed you with last month. I didn't mean to do that, but something happened behind the scenes. I could explain it all, but it's kind of confusing. But anyways, that won't happen again. I've figured out how to do it correctly. So I am just going to post those tutorials every couple of days like I used to. So yeah, I really like the way that this drawing turned out, although I have to admit that drawing for 6.5 hours means I was sitting at my desk for over 8 hours. So it was kind of, by the end of it, I was kind of done. You'll notice that I kind of start repeating patterns, and I don't know, it just wasn't the happiest way for me to end it. I was just kind of done. I was exhausted. I probably should have stepped away for a little while. Again, I did take a 2-hour break, but that apparently wasn't enough, because even when I went back to it, I was just like, okay, let's get this done. But anyways, I think for next month what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to draw a drawing like this all in one sitting, I'm going to work on this monthly tutorial drawing throughout the month. But you won't see it that way. You'll just see it as one video. But just giving you my mindset as to how I'm going to go about working on this in the future, so I don't get frustrated with myself and annoyed with the drawing process like I did with this one. But honestly, I do like the way that this turned out. There's a lot of interesting patterns. I did try and slow it down a little bit when I was doing patterns that you may have not seen me do before, just so you can follow along a little bit easier. However, if there's any patterns that you want to see, there are already tutorials for all of these on a playlist called January Tutorials, and I will link that down below if you haven't seen that playlist yet. That way you can learn in very slow motion how to do each one of these patterns. You'll notice too that on some of the tutorials there are little hearts next to the name of the pattern. Those are patterns of my own original design that are in some of my books, or that I've designed elsewhere that you can't find anywhere else. So keep an eye out for those. Obviously, they're some of my favorite patterns, mostly because I came up with them. So something I get asked quite often is, what do I do while I am drawing? And most of the time I either watch TV or I will listen to a book. And that's what I did during this one. This one, I was listening to a book called While You Were Sleeping by Catherine Croft. And what I do is I have my library card hooked up to the internet, so I'm able to borrow books from my library and download it on my Kindle. And then I just turn on the text-to-speech and put in my headphones and listen to the book. And I was able to start and finish the entire book while drawing this drawing. So it was a fun drawing. I usually don't break out of my favorite books. I've got a list of like 10 favorite books that I listen to over and over again. But I was kind of feeling like trying something new, so that's what I did. I tried this book, and it was really kind of good, which is surprising because most mysteries and thrillers, I kind of have them figured out within the first, like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and that really bothers me. But I decided to give one a try again, and I really liked it. So I'm going to leave a link to that book too. It's not sponsored or anything, but if you're interested in mysteries and thrillers, and it's kind of got a Lifetime movie type of vibe to it. So, but if you like that type of book, I will leave a link below if you're interested in checking it out. But those are the type of books that I try to be interested in, but most of the time I like YA books, Harry Potter and Twilight and stuff like that. But yeah, and there's my Kindle right off to the left. You can see it in that top left corner there. Oops. So here I am just continuing on with some different patterns. I used all linear patterns at first, just overlapping and crisscrossing each other all the way across the page. And then what I'm going to do is fill in those empty white spaces with the other patterns that I did tutorials for. So let me tell you what's been going on in my life. If you hear some crunching in the background, I'm sorry about that. My kitty cat is having her breakfast. But anyways, what's been going on here? The main exciting thing that has happened is that on January 8th, Greg which is my brother if you don't know that, and Lauren finally got married. So that was very exciting, and we were very happy to be a part of that. It was actually very small. They just decided to go ahead and get it done, and so they went and got their license, and then that evening went to the little chapel thing and got married. So it was just me and Allie and Lily who were there, other than Greg and Lauren, of course. And they've been engaged for quite a while now, so they've been talking about getting married and stuff, and they kind of liked the date of 1/8/18, so they decided to go ahead and get married that day. It was not a big production at all. Like I said, it was just us. But it was really nice, and they wrote their own vows, which I thought was really special, and I cried, of course, and so did Allison, and it was just great to see them get married finally. So yeah, that was an exciting moment of the month. Other than that, Allie is dating someone new named RJ. They've been together since a little bit before Christmas. He's a really nice kid. I like him a lot, and I've actually met his parents, who are extremely nice, and his parents have really welcomed Allie into their hearts and their home, so that is really great. She's pretty much welcome there whenever she feels like going over, which I think is super sweet. And yeah, I've kind of been getting to know Julie, which is RJ's mother, a little bit, and she's really nice, and we've really kind of clicked. We kind of have the same personality, so we kind of mesh really well. So we've just been getting to know each other a little bit, and she's been showing me the Silhouette program, which, if you don't know, it's like a paper cutting machine with a program that you can design stickers and vinyl cutouts and things like that. So I have been playing around with that. That has been an extra little craft that I have been working on. And so hopefully I'll be making stickers and things like that pretty soon. But I don't know. I'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know on this channel, because it'll be an exciting thing of the month, I'm sure, if I do start releasing stickers of my own drawings and designs. But also on my planner channel. And if you haven't checked out my planner channel, I will leave the link down below as always, so you can check it out if you're interested in planner-y type of things. If you don't know, planners are one of my favorite passions, I guess you could say. I don't know, I just love planners. I always have, always will. Something about putting pen to paper just makes me happy. Yeah. Another little crafty thing that I've been kind of working on is punch needle. I used to do this back in New York, but I haven't been working on it since then, I guess. But I found some of my old supplies, and it just sounded like something I wanted to take up again. So I've been working on a couple of little homemade projects with punch needling, and haven't gotten too far on anything yet, but when I do, I'll show you what I've created. It's just a really easy, fun, relaxing craft. So if that's something that you guys are into, you should definitely check out punch needling. Anyone can learn it, and it's incredibly easy. But it's basically like coloring with thread, if you think about it. But anyways, that's something else that I have been working on. I've been playing games with Allie and Lauren quite regularly, actually. Lauren comes over quite often. Her and Greg only live a mile down the road, so she comes over quite often, and lately we've been playing just card games lately. We've been playing like Uno and Skippo, and yeah, we have Phase 10 too, but I haven't figured out how to play that yet, so we haven't really played that yet. But if you have any suggestions for good card games, let me know, and I will check them out, because we're always looking for new games to play. And yeah. One of the Christmas presents that I got for my brother was a game called Quelf, and this is a board game, and it makes you do like really embarrassing, crazy stuff. So much fun. I really love that game. It's not a game that you can play like every single time you sit down to play the game with the same people, because you kind of run into the same cards quite easily. So but it is a lot of fun. So we played that like 3 times, and we're like, yeah, we need to put this away for a little while. So but we'll come back to it in another couple months or so, the next time we have game night. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. But we also like games like Trivial Pursuit and Monopoly. Well, Allie likes Monopoly, and so do I, but it's not a crowd favorite, I guess you could say. But yeah. So do you guys have game nights at your house or anything? It's just a fun way for all of us to kind of connect and hang out and have fun. It's something we really like to do, and we've been doing pretty much since Greg and Lauren got together. And it's something we quite enjoy. Plus I get to see little Lily, which is always fun. I love seeing her, and I babysit her quite often, especially since Lauren got a new job. She's been needing me for when she goes to orientation and things like that. So yeah. So Lily turned 1 back in October, and she is just getting her own little personality, which I have to say sometimes it's not very easy to deal with. She can throw a temper like nobody's business. It's so funny. But I try not to laugh. I try and tell her that that's not right. You should not be throwing yourself down on the floor like a jellyfish. And she is not. She crosses her arms. She's just full of it lately. So we're kind of getting that under control a little bit. But we'll see how things go. I think they're going to be in for a long haul with her, but we'll see. Maybe she'll calm down when she really starts learning to talk and can communicate with us. One thing I have to say about her is that she is obsessed with the Wiggles, and they have a DVR, so they record all the episodes, and they're also available on Hulu. So she watches Wiggles quite a lot, and she is obsessed with it. Every time that it starts, she even says wiggle. At the end of the theme song or whatever, they say wiggle, and she always says it along with them. She does some of the moves, like during some of the songs, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. She'll do some little moves that the Wiggles are doing on TV, and it's just so cute. I love it. But I have to say that I am getting quite sick of the songs that the Wiggles do over and over and over again. But she doesn't get sick of it. As soon as the credits come on, because it's all over, she starts whining and runs over, grabs the remote and hands it to you to put on another episode. So yeah. But it makes her happy, and it'll keep her occupied for like however long the episode is or whatever. I try not to keep it on too long. I want her to do more than just watch TV, even though it is an educational program. When I'm babysitting her, I'll put it on for like an hour, hour and a half, and then we'll play, and she likes her xylophone and things like that. Anyways, are you getting sick of me talking about Lily yet? She's like the cutest little thing. I can't help it. I like talking about my little niece. Okay, so something else that I've been working on still are my Skillshare classes. Thank you to everyone who has joined those. I'll leave a link below if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I have gotten quite a lot of new subscribers on Skillshare, so if you are one of my new subscribers over there, thank you very much. Leave a comment down below so I know who you guys are. And I do have a new class coming out this month. It will be another one in the mandala series, doing polar graph mandalas, and another one later on, which will be doily mandalas, which I think I've only done once or twice on YouTube. But yeah. Other than that, there hasn't been too much going on, just working on videos, working on creating new patterns. I have no books in the works as of yet. I am trying to save up for an iPad Pro, so I can do some things on that, but I have no idea when that'll happen. iPad Pros are quite expensive, if you don't know. But anyways, we are coming to the end of the video here, just adding my last final highlights. And then I will show you the final look of this drawing that took a really long time to draw, a really long time to edit, and 20 minutes to do a voiceover for. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Here it is. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me over on Instagram to see my works in progress, and over on Skillshare, and I will see you guys again very soon.